We going underground, 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 going underground. Hey. All them hustles in the streets, we tryna reach it. You been grinding, now it's time to let the world see you. It's the underground, yeah. It's the underground. Titanium underground.
Hey guys, this is RJ Bates and Edwin Calvo. How you doing, boy?
What's up, people?
We're out here in the brisk 43-degree weather, door knocking today. So this is one of our first episodes of the Titanium Underground. This podcast is going to be a little bit different because we're going to be out here in the field, showing what people have to do to make this business work. So, Edwin, how long you been in real estate, man?
I've been in the shadows for about a year, and I just dedicated myself full time about 7 months ago, and I've just been hitting it hard as best as I can and just taking massive action.
Awesome. So I know one of the things we want to talk about was building relationships and how important that is in this industry. So why do you feel like that's an important aspect of this industry?
So I was told, and I heard a lot, was that your network is your net worth, and I didn't believe it, right, until I started going to the REI events. And the more I started going to these events, I started noticing how important your network was, and your network truly is your net worth. My first deals that I got were given to me at an event at Wholesaling Live, as a matter of fact, in Houston. So I was able to get the...
You tried to sell me that thing.
Yes, absolutely. I tried to pitch it to as many people as possible because, hey, man, you get your first lead, you get your first contract, and hey, now you're focusing on, hey, who am I going to sell it to?
Right.
So, I did try to pitch it to as many people. It took me a while to get the deal all the way through to the finish line, but I took the action. I took the action. I contacted the people that I needed to contact, and it inevitably closed.
How'd you get the deal?
It was given to me by a friend at Wholesaling Live. We were talking, and he's like, hey, I got this lead. He gave me the lead. I called him, and within 30 minutes, I had 4 properties under contract.
So it was your network.
My network created that, yes.
So
absolutely.
It was a referral, which there's really no cost to that, right?
Right.
I mean, you send out a postcard that costs you 30, 40, 50 cents.
Right.
But a referral like that, I mean, that's free. That's the best lead you could get,
Absolutely.
And you got 4 properties out of that.
Yes.
Were you able to sell all 4?
Not all 4. I had to let one go, but I closed on 3 of those, and I just continued just going out there and door knocking and doing everything that I had to do to just try to get more contracts. I tried to set a goal of 10 contracts on December. I managed to only get a couple, but hey, if I didn't set that goal, I wouldn't have been hungry, and I just kept going and going and going, and I ended up getting those contracts.
What were you doing in December to try to get those deals?
Cold calling.
Okay.
A lot of cold calling, text blasting, making sure that people knew who I was. It's very important to go out there and shake people's hands. I believe that's very, very important. So you want people to see you, right? And the more people you get in front of, the better it is for you and your business, because you're going to be able to build these relationships that, whether they're buyers or sellers, I mean, it's all a matter of relationships. So that's my focus, bro.
That's awesome, man. So right now, Edwin's come on board with Titanium Investments. Pretty excited about
Absolutely.
that. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
And all that's come from the networking,
Yes.
you being at these different events and stuff like that.
Right.
When you're at these events and you're networking with people, what are you trying to accomplish, and how are you establishing yourself as someone that they should get to know?
Right. So, one of my rules is that to build relationships, it takes time. You cannot go to an event and shake someone's hand the first time. It's something that you got to continuously work on. You need these people to see you all the time. Mm-hmm. The more they see that you're focused and you're drowning yourself with the information that's out there, especially if you know their content, go up to them and ask them questions about their content. Hey, man, I saw your podcast, this and that. I have a question about what you said here. And now
as
they know.
Podcast hosts, that's our favorite thing to ever hear. So you know.
Right, absolutely. Think about you having a story and someone asking you, "Hey, man, I heard you went through this, man. Could you give me some advice on how to get out of it?" It's the same thing. It's like you're just going out there and connecting, and it has to be genuine. If you don't care, they're gonna see right through that.
The funny thing is when I asked you to come on board with Titanium, it was at a networking event.
Right.
And I had a hard time actually getting you to come out in the hallway because you had so many people surrounding you, talking to you.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, damn, man, you're a hard guy to get a hold of. But what I heard is people coming up to you and just asking you for tips and advice about what they were going through,
Right.
about getting started,
Mm-hmm.
and you were accessible to them,
Mm-hmm.
and you were just kind of giving your advice from your situation and how the different things that you went through when you first got started. When you're at these events and you're networking with people and you're giving that advice, how often has that turned into later on JV opportunities, or them sending you deals that they contract and maybe they need you to help with dispo or things like that? Is that happening pretty often for you?
Yeah, I have more people sending me leads than anything. You talk to people and sometimes, hey man, they're buyers and they'll tell you, hey man, send me everything that you got. So this is why it's so important for you to be ready for these opportunities, because we spend so much time trying to, look for opportunities, but a lot of times we don't position ourselves to be able to grasp it. So they go beyond their grip, right? We can't hold on to those things. So, it's very important that you make sure that, you're able to offer value. You're able to talk to all these people and build connections. That has to be genuine. It cannot be just a one-time thing. Hey, you remember me from 2 months ago? No, man. How many people do you have contacting you all the time? And this is with everybody. I'm new to this. I haven't mastered anything. I'm not claiming that I do, but I'm definitely trying every day. I show up and I work and I grind and I try to bring value to the relationships that I create.
For the people that are looking to do their first couple of deals or even have a small budget right now,
Mm-hmm.
what form of marketing would you suggest they start with?
I really recommend Propelio. I know there's not a lot of budget with Propelio. It's $98 a month, but it gives you absolutely everything, the whole structure of a business in one place. But you could go through the county, go through the GIS, look up the property information, look up if they're behind on their taxes, go to True People Search. That's a free skip tracing. You go ahead and you look them up. You'll find that information, contact all those numbers, send them a text beforehand if you're scared of making cold calls, but you gotta put yourself out there. If these people don't know you're not interested in their property, how are they gonna want to sell it to you?
So they go to Propelio or these different systems that you're talking about. Should they go door knock? Should they cold call, text message? What do you think is the best way for them to get a hold of these people?
I recommend text blasting to be one of the first things that you do, because it's a quick yes or no, right? Let's say you text blast 500 people in a day. You could talk to those people throughout the day, and you could focus on another list and start cold calling that. So that allows you, it gives you the leverage to be able to not only work on building on just text blasting, but receiving other leads by you cold calling and putting yourself in front of other people. So that's one of the things that I do recommend.
Why'd you start doing real estate?
Well, I started as a skeptic, bro. Like, I really did not believe in it. I went to We Live 19 with Max Maxwell, and I met some great people. And from there, that's when I was like, you know what? This could work. And it wasn't until I closed my first deals that I was like, wow, this is real. You get what I'm saying? Like, this is real. When you actually receive something tangible, some money that could help put you in a better place, that's really what it's all about. And then once I did that, then, it was just like, hey, this is what I want to do. And I just fell in love with real estate. I mean, I drown myself every day with the information.
What's your end goal with real estate?
My end goal is to create generational wealth. Right?
What does that mean for you?
That means that I could position my family to live like no other, right? Now, I don't feel that I want to leave them something for free. I want my kids to earn it. My kids go door knocking with me. My kids go visit people at their properties. My kids read books on real estate, and they go door knocking with me. They do all that stuff. So that's something that, like I said, it has to be something that you are hungry for. If you're not hungry for this business, I don't know what to tell you. Like, you gotta be hungry. You gotta be hungry.
Well, obviously we're both hungry. We're out here in 40-degree weather.
Right.
This dude's over here wearing a t-shirt. Yeah, out here in the nice Texas winter over here. So one of the things that, I kind of wanted to tell you, and I tell everybody this, is that, when you walk into a room, you should consider yourself to be the wealthiest person in the room. And there's a difference between being rich and being wealthy. Rich means you have a lot of money in there, but wealthy is a mindset. And, man, I just want to tell you, the reason why I wanted you to be a part of Titanium is because I can see that your mindset, you have that wealthy mindset.
Mm-hmm.
And when you're in the room, it's not about how much money you have, but you're living a life of abundance. Mm-hmm. And I know that phrase gets thrown out pretty loosely in this industry, but you actually live it. And
right.
So I'm proud of you, man.
Thank you, and I appreciate the opportunity, bro. I appreciate the chance to prove myself, and hey, bro, I just look forward to closing many deals in the future, and just working my ass off for titanium, man.
There you
Titanium's
go.
where it's at, man.
So,
if you need any skip tracing, you know where to go, man. Titanium skip, man. So check it out.
So we wanted to create this podcast. It's a little bit different, shorter episodes. But, we wanted to show that, hey, we're out here, we're doing this business, every single day. I told Edwin the first day, I said, hey, I'm going to be right there beside you every day in the trenches, working this business just as hard as you are, if not harder. And we're doing that, but we want to bring a focus to that, because I think a lot of times people, they see the big checks, they see the success of other people. And people try to get started in this, and then they struggle a little bit, and they think that they're failing at it. But we wanted to bring light to how hard you have to work in this. So that's why we're starting the Titanium Underground. A little bit quicker episodes, hit on a couple of topics, but really just shine light on people that are out there grinding every day, like Edwin, and like ourselves here at Titanium. So this is our first episode, guys. Hope you liked it. Edwin, any final thoughts before we sign off?
He's right. This is a total mind shift. If you by any chance have any doubts on what you're doing, it's hard to sell something that you don't believe in, right? So you gotta really be ready to do what people are not willing to do. What separates you from all the other wholesalers? Everybody's doing the same thing. Everybody's attacking the same list. You got to do something that's completely different that will make people, hey man, this guy's really genuine. He's really looking. He took the time. How many sellers have I talked to that told me, hey, you were the first one to give me a visit?
Right.
When you do stuff like that, even if let's say you make an offer that's too low, they won't even get mad at you. They're still wishing you Merry Christmas. They're still telling you Happy New Year's. Why? Because you went out there and you built a relationship. It wasn't about the money.
Yep, absolutely, man. And never forget, we don't buy houses. We solve people's problems.
Absolutely.
All right, guys. Hope y'all enjoyed this. Hope you liked the new format. We'll be putting these out regularly. We'll talk to y'all guys soon.
Peace.